but not yet. 2 years off, tomorrow we're training and we'll see.
So he could be involved, but you
Could be.
don't know. I know it's very early in the season, but what can you learn about your team, about Arsenal, by playing a game of this magnitude at this point?
Always have been a tight games last years, apparently because I think we are a good team, but they are good too. They do many good things in all the aspects, when high pressing and defending deep, in transitions, and it's a absolutely complete team. That's why I have been the biggest rival in the last 2 seasons, and early stage of the season, I would say. So nothing more than the mood for the next games, the influence for the next games. But in terms of table and anything, it's not much important. It will be important when we will go to London in the second part of the season.
Hi, Pep. Obviously, Arsenal have been one of your closest challengers in recent times. Do you feel that they are at their strongest now that they've ever been when you've been going head-to-head?
Every season is stronger, yeah. Depth squad and add more players and top quality, yeah. Every season is even better and even better.
What have you seen as a key development in Mikel Arteta's side then that makes you believe that they are?
You can ask him, because if I say something, they will say that I'm playing mind games or something like that. Always I have a highly opinion about him, his team. Everybody knows that he grew up as a team year by year, so there's no doubt about that. And both years have been close, but we have been so strong as well. And still we are strong and looking for the game.
You can play mind games if you want to.
No, I'm not good on that.
Thanks.
Yeah. When you won the title last season, Rodri was asked what the difference between City and Arsenal was, and he said he felt it came down to mentality. I think when he played in the March, he said, I saw them and said, these guys, they don't want to beat us, they just want to draw. There's that mentality. I don't think we would do it the same way. Do you feel there's still a difference mentality-wise?
No.
You don't agree with Rodri and stuff there? And Arsenal, you think there's been a growth then in where they're at mentally?
But not now, 4 years ago. No.
Hi, Pep. In recent years, we've seen quite a lot of high-scoring games between the teams at the top of the table. Last year, you and Arsenal, it was 1-0 and 0-0. Do you think that's maybe the way things are going to go more, or are you expecting something similar?
Similar.
And is that do you feel a sort of trend in football back towards those top games being really tight?
To score goals, you can score from many different aspects. In the set piece is not easy because they are so tall, taller than us. In the transitions, her backwards are quicker than our transitions offensive. And when we are able to set them back, and they are so strong defensively, they accumulate a lot of players that the modern football, the strikers forget about it to go to the strikers, they go to our holding midfielders. So the gap between the spaces, we saw against Inter. So they defend the space, they have incredible defensively with the runners in the channels inside, being defensive with the people in the middle. So Saliba and Gabriel, they are incredible focus with Erling all the time. So it's not 1 against 1, it's always 2 against 1, sometimes 3 against 1. So that's why it's difficult to attack them. So they didn't, I think in 24 they didn't lose away. I think they draw just 1 game against us, and they won it. So it's not just 1 game or 2 games. There are many games. They are be solid, consistent in that. They don't concede goals, and the opponents create much options of that. So that's why I have to try to read well the way we have to do it. And at the same time, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to play the game, and in every game is a chance to get in better or play better or do it better than the game before. And as much you play when the opponent, they are consistent and doing similar things, always you have a chance to improve some aspects. So it's a chance for us. We play at home, and hopefully we can do a good performance.
Yeah.
Hi, Pep. Mikel said on Wednesday that his captain Martin Odegaard is going to be out for a period of time. And how do you think his absence will impact the game on Sunday?
I'm so sorry for him. Always I like to play with the biggest, the toughest squad. Of course, he's an important player, but when year by year Arsenal is getting better, is because they invest a lot with the depth squad, to have more players ability. When you have, during the long season, you have problems with the injured suspensions of bad forms or whatever, and always have the depth squad helps you to notice. But he's a captain from Arsenal, and everybody knows how important and how good player, an exceptional player he is.
And also there's been some talk before the game now that you played home against Inter on the Wednesday, while Arsenal had to go to Bergamo, Atalanta for the away game on Thursday, with the difference in restitution and all these kinds of things. What is your take on that?
It's advantage, but I'm going to make a list in the last 6 years how many times we were in disadvantage against the tough opponents when we have less days of recovery. I have a huge list to show you, but of course it's a little bit advantage.
Hi, Pep. Arsenal signed Raheem Sterling on deadline day last year. I think it sort of came as a bit of a surprise to some people, but what will he bring to their squad? Is obviously playing.
I hear Mikel that said it was a surprise for him as well. Didn't expect to hire Raheem. So I wish him all the best. I said many times, for all the players that behave unbelievably in this club, that help us unbelievably to be who we are, to what we are. So we cannot understand the first period, the first years in my tenure here, in our tenure here, in our time here without Raheem. So have been so important. I wish him all the best. Of course, I'll prefer don't perform well tomorrow on Sunday, but of course I wish him all the best.
Pep, I know you've been an advocate for the highest quality games and for ensuring players get enough rest and recovery. Rodri came out with comments saying players are probably closer to striking than ever with the increased amount of games, and then there have been a lot of other players who've come out and echoed his sentiments. Just wanted to get your feelings on that.
Well, I agree with you, maybe for the first time, that many voices are talking about the players. I'm pretty sure of that. If something is going to change, always must come from the players. The only ones can change something is about the organization to take a voice and do something. That business can be without managers, can be without sporting directors, can be without media, can be without owners, but without the players, cannot be played. So they only have power to do it is them. So, and also I'm pretty sure they do it for a justice game, to be a more attractive game, and that's the reason why I think not just Rodri, so many players, not just, I would say not just in these countries and all around the world, the people is starting to talk. Yeah, we'll see.
Hey Pep, you've not lost at home now since the Brentford game in November 2022.
Sorry?
You've not lost at the Etihad in the league since the Brentford game, just before the World Cup.
I don't like this type of questions. you did it against Brentford. Look what happened. So I advise you to change the subject. You have time.
Right. So there's no particular reason why you want to state that why you're playing so well at home. I know you win matches away, obviously.
Listen, I had the feel. Of course, it's a good record to win the Premier League that we won in the last years, 4 in a row. You have to make incredible results at home, incredible results away. Otherwise, you cannot win. So the contenders we had in Liverpool and Arsenal in the last years is above 90 points. So I remember 80, 90. The people don't do 90 points. So we have to do a lot of points at home, and in the bad moments win games, in the bad performance win games, and on both sides. In Etihad and away from Etihad.
Hi Pep. Obviously Phil was missing over the international break. He's come back now. Has he benefited from that break? I know. Appreciate he was ill. Phil Foden, yeah.
Every player needs break, rest, and have some disturbing in the last weeks. But he played good 45 minutes the last game and was the best player in the league last season. So of course we need him to make competition and fight with the other midfield players or other wingers. And it's important he's back, and he played good minutes. And unfortunately, the final decision was not a little bit more calm, to take it. But his intensity in pressing and his movements in the small pockets is one of the best of the world. So that's why we are very pleased. He's pleased. You can imagine how pleased I am that he's back.
Is he ready to play 90?
Yeah, I think so.
One more before the embargo, guys, with Simon in front of you. Thank Hi Pep, I know you said it's not as important this game as the one at Arsenal later in the season, but with the chance to go 5 points ahead,
No, I'm saying it's so important. It's important the game against us. In terms of you're going to win or lose the Premier League, it's not. After 5 games, never is important. But if we don't think Arsenal, with the quality they have, is not important, we'll be wrong.
Thanks for tuning in to another video. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss any news and updates about Manchester City. See you next time.